Hi Pisces, welcome to your mid-month check-in for January 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares and comments on the videos, and to everyone who subscribes to the channel. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So just kind of like a heads up, if you're familiar with the channel or you follow the channel, you may have noticed some changes in terms of like the schedule of how I put the videos out recently. It's just because I've had to adapt things a bit to try and get the balance, the best sort of balance that I can in terms of doing the readings and everything else that I just need to get on with in life. So, yeah. But we're going to get into your reading. We're going to start off with a message from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, first of all, and then we will get your tarot cards out. So, Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, what are the messages for your mid-month check-in for January 2024? What are your messages? Let's see. Or what is your main message? Too many. That's about 4 cards. So Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, what is their main message for the mid-month check-in? Pisces, are you all right? There's just a lot going on here. It's interesting what you just got. I'm going to try that again because that is far too many. But you got, where is it? You got these 3. You got creativity, celestial alignment and manifestation. Those all together, that does appear to be very much about alignment. I'm shivering for some strange reason. Well, it's cold. But anyway, yeah. A lot in terms of alignment, in terms of manifestation and birthing something new. But I will try again for you. That's really, I mean, it's not very warm here today, but I've been all right. I've got like 4 layers of, I've got like 2 vest tops, a t-shirt and a jumper, a thick jumper on, and I've been all right, but all of a sudden I'm shivering doing your reading. So don't know if that means anything to anyone as well, but right. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, can we have 1? Okay, right, you've got shame, long booby Susie, shame. Okay, I feel like that's just a complete contradiction to, you know, I'm going to try that again. That doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel quite right. I'll probably try it again and it'll still come out, but let's try it again. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. And obviously if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I don't shy away from like the deep dark stuff, but that just did not feel right there. So let's try it again. Okay, there we go. Whatever this is, it's right. So scarcity, okay. It was probably right. So this is Sukoyant scarcity. Okay. That does feel more right than that shame card, to be honest. But let's see what the tarot says. Is that blurry? Let's see what you get for the tarot. It's almost making me, with that shame card that came up and that the cards that were to do with manifestation and alignment, it's made me sort of think of an energy where, you know, if you have like a particular dream or desire or there's something you want to do, but you kind of feel, well, part of it can be embarrassment. You feel embarrassed about it for whatever reason. I can't think of a reason. You'll know if that resonates with you. Part of it is embarrassment. There was a message that came in then and it's kind of gone now, but yeah, embarrassment is one thing that comes to mind. And I guess, yeah, kind of feeling ashamed or embarrassed for wanting it. Like, God, what examples can I give? Like, well, one example I can give is, you know, if you're somebody who's really loves love, like that kind of energy, like you really suppy, you love movies, you just dream of having a white wedding or whatever, or you're that kind of person, or you're a man and you dream about having a wife and kids and blah blah blah, and people are always kind of taking the piss out of you for wanting it. There's that side of things. That's one example I can give, but it's just an overall energy of like having unrealistic expectations. I think that's the thing that I'm getting at, unrealistic expectations, and that can make people feel ashamed. It can make them feel embarrassed. There can be a sense of scarcity with that, where it's like, oh, well, why would I even desire that? There's just no way that's going to happen. But as I say, you did get those 3 cards that are strongly, there was a strong manifestation type energy with those that came up. But let's see what else comes out, because we won't know until we get the rest out. So what's the main theme? 8 of Cups. I mean, that is wanting to get the 9th cup, isn't it? And what is the ninth cups? It is dreams, it's hopes, it's wishes. Right, past energies. We have the Tower. Present energies. We have the King of Swords. And I didn't even ask the question. Nine of Swords as a potential future energy. It does feel right. It does make sense. Actually, what I said does make sense. Part of the, like, if there is any embarrassment or shame around a dream, it can be that kind of energy where you've done something before, you've tried to get it before, and it didn't work, and then you still want it, but it's like, I'm being dumb. You know, like if somebody believed that they had like a dream family life, like the picket fence and 2.4 kids and all that kind of stuff, but say the person that you were married to was having affairs and deceitful and whatever, they weren't who you thought they were, you know, like, and this is extreme, and I'm not saying this is what's happened, but obviously, you know, and stuff comes to mind that you've seen, you know, like where people have double lives and they're bigamists and stuff like that. And it's like I don't know, I didn't realize who that person was. It's giving that kind of vibe. As I say, I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but it's giving that kind of vibe where, so that happened, and it's like, but you still want to find a new partner and get married and have the dream all over again. But it's almost like, that's just, why would I do that? That's just, you know, you might be thinking to yourself, that's silly, it can't happen, it didn't work out the first time, why the hell would it work out if I try to do it again? It's that kind of energy. So yeah, let's look at the Eight of Cups. No, let's read from the book first, actually, getting ahead of myself. So the Scarcity card, it says, so Shadow of Scarcity, Sue Koyant, I may be saying that completely wrong. She's Trinidad, is one of the things that comes up here. It's air energy. It says beauty, oh wow, beauty by day and hag by night. The succulent, it's like a succubus, isn't it, really, is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Ole, Heeg, and Buhag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires, there is never enough to go around. Okay, so if you were with someone who was a bigamist, they are kind of an energy vampire, aren't they? But anyway, it says, Sukoyant Shadow Guidance, you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. The embodiment says, stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? And the Goddess Declaration says, my blessings always overflow. Something else just came to mind then, and it's bloody gone again. I really have to learn to say these things straight away. I'm just going to go back in the book because it was important. Okay, no, I remember what it was. Again, in reference to what I was saying, and in terms of scarcity, it's like when people say, if people are looking for a long-term partner and they say, oh, well, all the good men are gone or all the good women are gone. And it's like, that is a scarcity, isn't it? And I'm not saying that it's that anybody's wrong for saying that, because it can look like that, kind of. If we live in a world where there are a lot of people who are shallow, and it's like relationships can appear to be, especially in social media, because I think we're all pretty aware that social media is quite deceiving, isn't it, how things appear. But it looks like people can be quite shallow and they only go for people who look a certain way or have certain careers or make a certain amount of money. It seems like the pickings are slim, doesn't it? That could come into your mind where you would think all the good men or women are gone. And I suppose even in your real life as well, through observation, you might have friends or family members, and some of them are with good people, but then when you try to date, you end up coming across the ones that are just not ideal. So it can put that into your mind, but that is a scarcity mindset. It's not believing that it's possible for you to find the right person for you out there in the world. Right, anyway, let's get into clarifying these cards. So we're going to start off with the Eight of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. What the hell? Right. I love how they've got the Ninth Cup up there as well. in this particular card. But anyway, let's clarify the Eight of Cups as your primary energy. So you have the Queen of Swords on the floor, and I will pick that up in a minute after I get a couple more other cards. I think you know what you want. I was going to say it when the King of Swords came out, to be honest. With those two being next to each other like that, as we say, it's the Eight of Cups is leaving whatever behind, a feeling behind usually, to go for the Ninth Cup, and that's what they want, isn't it? And the King of Swords knows what he wants, and then you've got the Queen of Swords there, and she probably knows what she wants as well, or she at least knows what she's been through, and what she is and isn't willing to put up with now. Because the Eight of Cups for me can be the not settling card, and who better to have boundaries than the Queen and King of Swords, eh? So let's see what else comes out, and then I'll get that Queen of Swords. Okay, so you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I think you know what you want, and it's like a need to start again. So as I say, I mean, you've got the Tower in the history, I don't know what I'm saying, history in the past energy of something that's finished, that's ended, that may have fell apart even. Whatever it is, whether it is to do with a relationship or a job, a living situation, anything. And it's like, it's an experience where I would say it's given you clarity. With that Queen of Swords, it's giving you clarity about what you do and don't want, and you kind of know you have to start again, and the desire is there as well for it. So that's like an overall main theme. So I'll put I feel like I don't need to go any further with that, to be honest. Yeah, let's see what's fallen apart in the past with that Tower card. What fell apart as the past energy with the Tower card? The Chariot. Something couldn't progress, that's for sure. Let's see, anything else? Ace of Swords, okay. I may look at that Chariot on its own. Anything else? Okay, yeah, we will take the Devil. So I'll look at the Chariot and the Devil. Right, so what I'm seeing is something couldn't grow, something couldn't progress, and it became very clear with the Ace of Swords there. It became clear that it just had to fall apart. It wasn't going to work. Anything more specific with the Chariot, like what it may have been? I mean, I've already given examples: relationship, job, living situation, to name a few. I mean, the Knight of Cups for me, it just indicates a dream. There could be something creative attached to this with that watery Knight of Cups energy. But anything else specific with the Chariot? For some, it could be a relationship because you've got the Two of Cups there. Let's get one more after that Knight of Cups. Oops. I mean, yeah. Let's get one after that Knight of Swords, actually. Don't know what I even just said there. Right, so you've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, somebody could have ended things. Well, somebody, obviously, if it's a relationship, somebody did end things one way or another, or it fell apart. So yeah, there could be a relationship that fell apart here. With that King of Wands, there is the possibility that someone here could have been controlling in a situation. That is one possibility. And controlling can come about in different ways. It can be controlling in terms of trying to control the person that you're in the relationship with, or it can be controlling in terms of a person who does whatever they want and the other person has to suck it up, basically, which you don't have to suck anything up. You can tell them to suck it. To put it bluntly, if they're going to have that attitude with you and they don't respect your values or what you want as well. But yeah, that's one possibility, is a relationship. There could be something about a friendship here as well with that Two of Cups, because for me, it's not always romantic. I mean, it's just a bond, so it could be anybody, a friend, a lover, a family member. But it doesn't have to be a relationship. It just looks like a dream that couldn't progress. It couldn't progress. And Knight of Swords, to me, it suggests that somebody said that things weren't right or that they wanted it to end, to be honest. Or somebody said something hurtful even comes to mind with that Five of Cups. Possibly selfish behavior with that King of Wands as well. Let's look at the Devil. If it's a relationship, it may be something where someone felt bound. You know, where people feel really emotionally connected or just stuck on someone or with someone. Let's look at the Devil. If it's family, that can be where you feel bound to people as well, because obviously if it's like a parent or something, even if that person doesn't treat you well, naturally for a lot of people you can end up feeling bound to them because you've got that bond and connection, or however you want to put it, with them. Let's look at the Devil. We've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I like this. I mean, I know it's not a pleasant energy, but I like it because it's like, it's knowing that something wasn't going to work or wasn't working, and then becoming very clear that that connection, that bond, feeling tied or chained or tethered to someone or something, it had to end so that you could have your freedom and choose a new path. So I'll leave that there. So it's an awareness, isn't it? It's having the awareness that, nah, this isn't good. This isn't good. And I mean, you've got lots of swords cards here, so it's good to have that awareness because then you are capable of changing things. So let's look at the King of Swords. And scarcity as well. I'm thinking it's obviously it can be scarcity in terms of how all the things I said about looking into the future, about, oh, there's no good options, blah blah blah. And I'm not referring to people, because if you've watched my videos before, you know I don't like to talk about people as being options. But the scarcity can be where in certain situations with people and just situations in general, that can make you feel there's a sense of scarcity. Like say if you were in a particular job, and you've been there for like 15 years or something, that's all you know, that's all you've done, and you try to look for another job and you just feel like, God, who would hire me? There's like nothing else that I'm qualified for or have the right experience for. And it's like staying or being in that particular situation, it gives you a sense of scarcity. Or, you know, like if you're in a relationship, I mentioned controlling behavior possibly. You know, like sometimes people can have a partner where they think, God, I'm never gonna get anyone better than this, whether it is just because of the emotional attachment or whether that person has kind of manipulated you into thinking, you know, some people have this sense of cruelty where they'll say, oh, you'll never find anyone better than me. And for some people that can stick, where you literally end up in a scarcity mindset where you think, oh, actually, I won't ever find anyone better than you, even though it's not true. And the situations can vary. But yeah, that comes to mind as well. But let's look at that King of Swords energy. As I say, it feels like as a present energy. It's like being very aware of all of this and knowing that you can make other choices. You don't have to settle. So King of Swords. I love that, the Fool. That's complete freedom to just do whatever the hell you want, knowing that you have that sense of freedom that people cannot, or situations should not have the power to hold you back. You get to choose. Okay, I like that. The Lovers. Let's get one more. You get to choose what you love. You get to choose what you want to connect with. It doesn't have to be like a distant dream. And I think that's what, when that the Eight of Cups from this deck came up, it's like that cup that was in the sky was like a distant dream, wasn't it? But it's like you can follow that dream. You don't have to just look at it from a distance and be like, oh, I wish I could have that. You can actually go towards it. Right, so we have also the Temperance card, the Lovers, and Death. Right, so I'm pretty clear on the Fool being that sense of freedom and knowing that you have the choice to do something brand new, to step out of your comfort zone even. The Lovers, it's what you love. Let's have a quick look at that and see what that's about. It's just still an energy of knowing, having the feeling of what you want, setting the intentions and going for it, basically making plans. Let's get one more. Allowing that fulfillment to come in. But obviously you have to take action towards it. You can't just sort of sit there and hope it'll come to you. You have to, sometimes there might be something here for someone about saying how you feel as well, or expressing how you feel to a person, or just in general. That comes to mind here, communicating how you feel. Let's look at the Temperance card. There could be some sort of dream here for someone that involves communication that's very fulfilling, like whether, I don't know, like a random thing would be somebody wanting to be a radio host or something, or a voice actor or something like that. I don't know, or even if it is about having a podcast, or, you know, those kind of things, or if it is just expressing how you feel to another person even. Again, I did mention relationships, so that could come to mind too, with expressing how you feel. Right, we've got the 5 of Swords, clarifying Temperance. I feel like that might be your peace, actually, your peace of mind. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the King of Cups. That feels like your peace of mind. Knowing that you have the choice to, then freedom of choice to choose what you love and to have your own peace of mind. That's what that feels like. Let's clarify the Death card, just to see if there's anything specific around that we need to know. You've got the 3 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, this Death card, it feels like a need to have a massive, with the clarifiers as well, like a massive need to have a change of mindset to come out of any scarcity. And even if you are in that process or have been through that process, I guess it's just continuing on with that. And yeah, I would say a continuation if it's not something that you are needing to do. But it's just, there's something with that 3, there needs to be an end to the sense of scarcity for a start. There's something with the Hanged Man about being able to, that freedom of choice again, and being able to think for yourself. And with the 3 of Cups, it's choices that are supportive of you. Whether it is choosing to be around or involved with people that are supportive of you, or just situations that feel supportive towards you. You know, like say, if it was a work environment, it's being in a work environment that is not just through the people, but through the ethics and the principles and the systems that are in place, it is naturally supportive to you. Or if it's a particular job, if it was a particular job that you wanted to do, it's a job that feels like, I guess the only word I can think of is like the full package, where there's just things about it that feel, it all feels really worthwhile, not just because of the money, but it just feels supportive, like you enjoy it. The hours are appropriate for you, they're suitable for you, the environment or colleagues are suitable, the work itself is enjoyable, you know. But yeah, it feels like that Death card, it's telling you to change your, or a process of changing your mindset. Right, let's leave that there then. So that is the central energy. As I said, it's overall, it's like knowing what you want, freedom of choice, choosing what you love, having peace of mind, and kind of changing the mindset or continuing that process. Or maybe if you've already been through that, it's a case of now making use of it. Because if you've changed your mindset, that's all well and good. But if you're not doing anything with it, then, you know, it gets to a point where you have to put it to use. In terms of like whether it's making decisions, taking action in your routines, that sort of thing. In your approach to things, even to life in general. So let's look at that 9 of Swords as a future energy. Or potential future energy. I mean, it is anxiety, but let's see what comes, or can be anxiety or a bit of worry, but let's see what comes up here. Right, 9 of Wands. It may be a bit of fear of getting hurt again, or things not working out how you want it to, which is, as I say, it's a natural feeling. I mean, obviously we don't want it to get to the point where it holds us back or causes us excessive stress, but it's a natural feeling that we can manage, should I say. I don't want to say get over it because it's not that simple, but manage, learn to manage it. And that might be something that you need as well. Let me try that again. You might need to learn to manage any feelings of anxiety and the scarcity if that's there, managing those feelings. One of the ways of managing those feelings is knowing that any feelings of anxiety, it in theory, unless you've got like a hardcore diagnosis of anxiety disorder, it's usually like a temporary feeling, isn't it? Or it can be a temporary feeling, or maybe that's something that you need to learn, that anxiety does not have to be a permanent feeling, whether that means you research things yourself and work your way through it, or you literally go to therapy, you know, that kind of thing. And I can say that as someone who has suffered from very severe anxiety at one point in my life, to the point of having a panic attack, it was absolutely insane. That, yeah, I've never experienced anything. Well, no, actually, tell a lie. I think I've probably had panic attacks without even, I think the first 2 times it happened in my life, I didn't actually realize it was a panic attack, to be honest. It's only the one I had as an adult in their 30s that I actually realized it was a panic attack. The other times I think I took some, is it 5-HTTP supplements, because I was trying to, I don't know what I was trying to feel better. I don't know if I was feeling a bit down and I wanted to feel more better, energetic, and I took those, and oh my God, it had such bad side effects. I've been terrified of ever taking them again because I literally had hardcore panic attack. But as I say, I think at that time I was in my 20s and I didn't realize it was a panic attack. I don't know what the hell I thought it was. I just thought, oh, it's just a side effect of the medication, and I didn't label it or anything. I don't even know what the point was I was trying to make now. I think it was just talking about that I've experienced anxiety, and now I think the point I was making is that now, touch wood, I've somehow managed to deal with the anxiety. I should have written a book at the time I was going through these experiences so I could explain what I went through and how I got through it. But I'm at the point now where when I start to experience anxiety, the feeling is there, but I'm able to manage it by there's a lot of pep talking with myself involved, where I'm like, you're not going to feel this way forever. It's a temporary feeling, you know, and that's part of the process of addressing the feelings of anxiety. But anyway, let's see what else comes up for the 9 of Swords. We've got the Star. So yeah, I do see a fear of your dream not coming true, of not getting what you want, fear of it not working out. Again, there could be a relationship here, or relationship connection, where like if somebody wants to meet the love of their life or have a long-term partner or whatever, a happy family, and they're like, I'll never get that. That could be part of the worry. Let's look at that could be scarcity thinking, because when we say scarcity, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have that sense of scarcity 24/7. Again, it's like anxiety. For some people, it can be moments of anxiety, so you may have moments of scarcity. And again, as I said, it's trying to manage those emotions somehow. 2 of Cups. Oh God, for someone it really could be about having a happy family and like a long-term relationship with the 10 of Pentacles, the High Priestess. I mean, for some, it will just be about worry about not getting or connecting with, or even having the opportunity to get the abundance that whatever it is that you feel is abundance, whether it is relationships, career paths, whatever, living in a particular place, family life, that sort of thing. Just worries around not getting that. That High Priestess, to me, that feels like where you need to learn how to manage the fears and the anxieties. I would say trusting in yourself with the High Priestess is one thing. Learning to trust it within yourself, and trust in your dreams as well, that what you want, it's not wrong, it's not stupid, there's nothing to be embarrassed about, ashamed about. Trust that the feeling that you have for what you want, unless it's something dangerous and will harm people, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, 6 of Swords, it's like moving away from any fears and anxiety, and I'd say resilience. Strength comes into it as well in terms of dealing with those feelings, but it's resilience. And I say resilience, and actually the 9 of Wands can be a card that refers to resilience for me, because if you're someone that experiences feelings like anxiety and worry a lot, you may not ever get over that. And I don't want to scare anyone with that, but I mean, for myself, I've learned to live with the fact that anxiety is something that is probably not going to go away. I'm probably always going to have moments at the very least of anxiety. So I have to be resilient enough to deal with that when it comes up. If it does go away, fantastic, but there's not like a magic pill or something that can make me never ever have anxiety again. It's something that I have to learn to address and to manage and deal with, and that's kind of the energies that I'm getting here. And fear as well. Fear is something we have to be resilient to deal with fear, don't we? Because we can't live our whole lives never fearing anything at all. But we do have to develop resilience to deal with it when it comes up. So yeah, there's something within this thing in the future about needing, as a heads up, needing to develop a greater sense of resilience. And as I say, like with scarcity coming up here, not letting the scarcity sort of mess with your head too much. So I'll leave that there. Let's get a final card of advice for you from the Witch's Kitchen deck. I think another tip I can give about the anxiety, there's a lot of journaling involved, to be honest. Like having to be very honest about how I feel and really letting it out. I do talk to people as well, but more so it's journaling, whether it's written journaling, voice journaling, I find is quite helpful because it's almost like talking to someone. But because I'm not talking to another person, I can literally say anything I want, and there's no fear of, oh my God, they're going to think I'm weird or whatever. It's just like I can say whatever the hell I want in a voice journal. And then funnily enough, I'll do that and listen back to it. And I get like insights or epiphanies from listening back to it. That may sound a bit weird to some people, but it works. It does work for me. And it's almost like listening back to it, I can then pep talk myself because I'm like being my own therapist. Although obviously if you've got severe issues, you know, seek professional help. But for like general day-to-day, milder sort of stuff, yeah, kind of managing it yourself can work. So final card of advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. But as I say, Pisces, I will say overall, as much as that scarcity card is there and managing anxiety is being called for here, there is a strong sense, as I say, of you knowing what you do and don't want now and knowing that you have the freedom to choose. So anyway, any messages for Pisces? Right. You've got cumin, faithfulness, and garlic repel. I mean, garlic for the anxiety, like metaphorically to repel the anxiety. And when I say repel, I'm talking about more the resilience and managing things. And, you know, as I say, there's not like a magic. I mean, maybe for some, they have suffered from anxiety in the past and they have completely gotten over it. And it's possible. It's not impossible that could happen. But the repel is more about managing the situation here. So let's get the book. I'm going to read both of these. They're not excessively long. So let's look at cumin. We have, oh, this is scarcity. I didn't realize it was going to say this, to be honest. Although it does mention relationships, but you don't have to take this literally word for word. If it's not about a relationship, think metaphorically when I read this message. Right, it says, a seed of doubt has entered your mind and you've been questioning someone's loyalty. As you look for signs of unfaithfulness, you too are reminded of a pledge you've made. Promises of fidelity and secret pacts rise to the surface and your attention is drawn to a long-standing relationship. Fears of infidelity have risen and violation of a contract causes emotional upheaval. Do not despair, for I am loyal to such a cause. My power guards against theft of any kind, including your heart. Sprinkle me on a dish for an earthy flavour that will keep you grounded as I protect you from deceit. My seeds put into bread and fed to a lover will keep love faithful and ensure that obligations are fulfilled. Loyalty and devotion are essential, my faithful friend, as you are reminded to be true to yourself and your magical beliefs. First and foremost, be true to yourself. The faithfulness here, to me, that is first and foremost being faithful to yourself. Again, that not settling energy. For some, yes, I've said multiple times throughout this reading, there could be something with a relationship, whether it is romantic or not. So this, for someone, it could be literal. It could have happened in the past. In fact, it probably looks more like if there was any issues with fidelity, it probably would have happened in the past. But just in general, as I say, faithfulness is being faithful to your freedom of choice, to what you love, and to your peace of mind as well, I'll say. So yeah, but let's look at garlic. And as I say, think metaphorically. So if it's not a relationship, it could be another situation where there was an issue with faithfulness, you know, like in work or something like that, or whatever's relevant for you. So garlic's guidance says, when you are feeling vexed by unwanted and all-consuming energies, it's time to invite some raw garlic into your kitchen. Sprinkle me in dishes, place me above your door, in puppets or around your neck, and I will rid you of malevolent spirits, demonic possession, and anyone who is draining your very life force. My history is steeped in Eastern European folklore, although I go back much further than that, having been used as a charm to repel evil by the ancient Egyptians. As well as for my medicinal benefits, my anti-inflammatory properties protect the heart, so take capsules of me daily to assist with any blood pressure and cholesterol concerns, and to boost the function of your immune system. To stimulate blood flow and incite arousal, eat me raw. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll read the rest of it and say what I'm thinking. To stimulate blood flow and incite arousal, eat me raw if you dare, and ingest my pungent aromatic and aphrodisiac powers to invoke a night of stimulated passion. Right, now I absolutely love the taste of garlic in food, not raw. I actually have tried garlic tea as well, as weird as that sounds, and it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it sounds, actually. It really isn't as bad as it sounds, although I know that some people, the smell will kill them. But I'm just thinking, it says, to incite arousal, eat me raw. I mean, has anybody tried that, like, as an aphrodisiac? Because I'm just thinking the smell would be completely, as much as I love garlic, the smell for arousal would be completely off-putting. But I don't know. If anybody's got any comments on that or stories on that, then feel free to share that. It doesn't say anything about the connection between anxiety and garlic here, but I don't know. I'm wondering if you had like garlic tea or something, or garlic capsules for anxiety, would that, I don't know, if you're thinking in terms of garlic repelling negative energies, would that kind of help? I'm not sure, maybe. But yeah, okay, I'll leave your message there. That was some interesting advice, but I do think it's very relevant here. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's your message. Take care.